Well, the Knicks have won 8 straight and trying to go up 2-0. This is a team that has shown resiliency all playoffs, all season long.
The Cavs are leaving them. Josh Hart making them pay.
Knicks dominating here in the third.
There is just a confidence that the Knicks have when they get James Harden in that ISO.
We'll focus on winning.
9 consecutive playoff wins for the Knicks. The Knicks now up 2-0.
John McEnroe is happy. A lot of New Yorkers are happy. The Knicks are up 2-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals, and so far this series has been all about halftime adjustments. First half of these games have been really close, with the Knicks only having a plus 2-point differential. But then the second half in OT, the Knicks have made those adjustments and have a plus 25 differential. Shifting gears, one of the biggest storylines for the NBA this offseason is what will LeBron James do? The 41-year-old is still deciding on if he intends to return for a 24th season, and if he will it be in LA or will it be somewhere else? This week on his podcast, Mind the Game, LeBron spoke for the first time on his thought process about his future.
Obviously, I understand that I'm a free agent and I can control my own destiny. If, being here with this franchise, for the, foreseeable future, or if it's going somewhere else. I think at some point, up until, up in June, late June, as July roll around, free agency starts to, gets going, and, as, July rolling and maybe into August, we start to kind of like get a feel of, what my future may look like.
Maybe into August. Windy, make something of this.
Yeah, let me just say, he said he's going on vacation this weekend, and I think we should just let him go on vacation, because I don't think maybe he's made the plan about what he wants to do yet. So here's the thing. He can do whatever. If he wants to wait until the day before the season starts, he can, and there will be teams lined up to sign him, okay? But if he wants to get a big dollar contract with the Los Angeles Lakers, he's going to have about a month. Because the Lakers have cap space, but he sits on their books at $58 million, okay? That's the way the rules work in the NBA. And to give you a free agent, he sits on your books until you sign him for whatever his new number is, whether it's $58 million or it's $20 million or it's $10 million, or you renounce him and say, we're giving up your rights, goodbye. And the Lakers cannot sit around and wait until mid-August to do something with that $58 million. And this is not like Aaron Rodgers, where you can sit for 6 months and then sign for $25 million. The NBA does not work like that. The Lakers have to make decisions. So really what I think it's more incumbent on the Lakers to have a plan to bring to LeBron. If they want to re-sign him, I don't want to assume anything. They need to come to LeBron and say, LeBron, here's what we want to offer and why. It's not just about the actual dollars.
Of course.
It's about the respect that you want to show and to say, listen, if we want you to take a pay cut to whatever it's going to be,
why?
This is what we're going to do with the money. We're going to chase these guys, and we're going to do like that. That is coming, because to me, this is really going to be who's going to come to whom first. LeBron is not going to go to the Lakers and say, more, please. They're going to have to come to him. And so really what he's doing here, he's negotiating. Right. This is part of a negotiation, but I'm not going to overreact to him saying August. I'm gonna let this see how the next few weeks goes with the Lakers moving first.
It's posturing, right? Yes. I mean, just to your point about negotiation, I think if you're LeBron, you want to see what that plan is, but also in the back of your mind, you're thinking to yourself and to your family, how do I want this ride to end? Like, where do I want it to end at? And like, is it about the money? Which it's always, I don't care what anybody says, money always helps the situation, but can it be about the money and a place that I love? Or can it be about maybe taking money somewhere else and another place where I can finalize my career? That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about the final stretch.
How should LeBron James end his career? Should he end his career on a team that is a first-round exit? Unceremoniously, his last game, we won't know when it is, right? Or does he go somewhere in a situation where he has a chance, a legitimate chance to win and be competitive? And that's why I think you leave your options open if you're him. First of all, it probably takes him 2 to 3 hours to get ready to play a game these days, right? He's putting in a lot of time for this. But on top of it, I think it is about the legacy of how do I end my career? And that's why I think you leave the door open, not only for what the Lakers bring to you, because it's a great point. The cap hold is going to keep them from being able to do anything. So they have to have a plan first. We have X, Y, Z to do. This is what the roster is going to look like with Luka and maybe even Austin Reeves, and see if he likes that. But in the meantime, you also allow another team that might be interested to say, hey, LeBron, if you come here, this is what we've got.
Here's how I handicap this on May 22nd. Okay. I'm not saying this is how I will see it on June 22nd, but on May 22nd, this is what I think. I think by the draft, which is 1 month from today, we will know whether LeBron will be a Laker or not.
Yep.
Okay? And if he's not going to be a Laker, then he can wait until August or September. He's going to watch what everybody else does and where his situation is going to fit.
Not putting you on the spot. Is there a handful of teams you would watch, if not Los Angeles, or it's too early to even go down?
I mean, I'm not going to say that and then have the rest of my weekend ruined, Peter, trying to respond to what are you trying to do to me on a Friday? On a Friday, don't take that.
Memorial Day weekend.
Let me live.
Sorry.
But yes, I'm sure he's not going to go to any of 27 other teams. There's probably a very small list he's going to willing to go to.
That list is who?
What are the odds in the West?
I'm sorry, what?
Can we just talk
I'm trifle deaf in this here.
We have an alien in the West, 7-4, with young bucks that are playing their high level basketball. We have OKC and SGA.
This is the list I was looking for.
With the way they play.
Yeah.
Like the West is loaded. It's just something to think through. Yeah. Even if the Lakers come back and say, we're going to go after this guy, does that get us over the hump?
Brian doesn't want a viral clip of him saying such things, but we all can kind of figure out, go east, old man, is basically what would be the answer here.
Well, there's a team playing right now.
I know.
There's a team playing right now. Yeah. We're like, huh?
To the NFL we go, where Joe Burrow is back. Sorry.
They generated plenty of their own open looks they just didn't make. But to beat the Knicks, and especially the concept that you now have to beat the Knicks 4 out of 5, is a very, very tall order.
Yeah, but where's Evan Mobley at? 5 of 8 in the first half for 14 points. Did not take another shot.
Is that on him?
Zero field goal attempts?
But zero field goal attempts.
Is that on him or is that on who's running the offense?
I think it's a combination of both. I can't relieve a player from accountability because he's that talented. By the way, the big spot is where they have the only advantage.
Those two bigs.
It's Jared Allen and it's Evan Mobley. That's where they have their advantage. There's no way if that's on Mobley as a young player in this league, 24, super talented, third pick in the NBA draft. Also on coaching, they prioritize, continue to give him the ball instead of just letting it be a James Harden, Donovan Mitchell offense led.
Joe, we turn the page to Game 3. What are you looking at, and what's a bet you might want to focus in on?
I think what you do is you take all the love and accolades that you have from right now, which is well-deserved, and you flush it down the toilet. You get the Cavaliers minus the 2.5. As crazy as that sounds, it opens 1.5. It's up to 2.5. The two bets I would make would be on Cleveland, and then their team total is 107.5 points. I'd bet the over on that as well. They stink on the road. They've showed us that this entire postseason. Windy just hit on it. They're 2-7 straight up, 2-7 against the spread, scoring 104 points per game. At home, they're 6-1, scoring 114 points per game. The bench will come alive. We know the role players play better at home. I'd be betting on Cleveland. I'd be betting their team total.
I would just make this point on Game 3. New York City is alive right now. It's Memorial Day weekend. There's some folks with some disposable income who want to be a part of this run.
How much are flights to Cleveland?
Not that expensive, and it's not that far away. Wendy, I know you know that market pretty well, but could this be a Knicks invasion in Cleveland, or will those fans roll out and make sure it's not what it was in Philadelphia?
I don't expect that.
The Acela doesn't go to Cleveland. So I would say no, and also the Cavs are a quality team. They are not as strong as the Knicks. They are not 10-2 in the playoffs. They are 8-8. So they have some flaws to deal with, but they have, as Joe said, been very good at home. And if they hit their three-pointers, the Cavs can beat you over the head.
Yes.
They just didn't hit their three-pointers last night.
They are going to have to figure out a way to continue. This James Harden thing is a real thing. I know it's not on him, but he was in drop coverage last night. Like, when do you ever see a guard guarding a pick and roll in drop coverage? Like, that's what James Harden was doing. Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys, awesome talk. We'll have plenty more on this series and another one, because coming up, a huge Game 3 arrives tonight in the West Finals. Can Wemby and the Spurs respond at home, and how much will injuries shape the night? And here's what else will be arriving soon on Get Up. Take a look at the big board here. The Canes, they were stunned. The tragic Kyle Busch story, Wemby's approach to Game 3, New York Giants expectations, and oh yes, LeBron